Even though Sunday was not fun for anybody to observe, you still have one more shot here to get this thing turned around. Go 9-8, equal your record from last year, and hope that the Bears can find a way to beat the Packers. And if they do, you find yourself right back in the playoffs for yet another season. Pretty incredible, actually, when you think about it. But we've been talking about stopping the run, and KJ, that was the first place you went to when discussing the issues you saw on Sunday, and I don't think you're alone. They gave up over 200 yards on the ground. We asked Pete yesterday, what is the first thing you need to do to stop the run?
The running game starts with really understanding the defense, where you're put, what your responsibility is. And as the blocks happen to you, you're called on to play accordingly. Like if a left tackle is playing on offense and he's going to try to run a sweep play, he's going to try to hook and get outside position on the defender. Well, our defenses all have rules and principles where you're supposed to play, and where you, in essence, the thought is to keep an arm free in the direction of the technique. And so now there's the battle begins. Does the lineman get that guy's arm from being free, and does he start to put him in a bad position, which the other defenders are counting on him to be in that position. So it's very, very disciplined, and it's very connected to what the call is and the technique and then the blocking scheme.
Is that how you stop the run?
That is X's and O's. That is X's and O's talk. That's coach talk. A talk that I want to hear is when you're on the football field, I may get in trouble by saying this, but just check whoop ass. You guys ever heard of that? Just simply whoop the man in front of you. Take him, throw him, and get to the football. That's the X's and O's, which is the first part. That's the first step. But I can keep my arm free. I can set the edge saying, hey, I did my job. Or I could take this man in front of me, strike him with my hands, throw him to the ground, and go make the tackle. Mm-hmm. That's what we can also do. And when I look at the tape, when I look at the film, I'm not seeing enough of it.
No.
I'm not seeing nearly enough of it.
So let me ask you a follow-up then. And Brock, remember we talked about this, I think, a lot last year. If you're not seeing that physical striking first, forget the technique, just go physically manhandle the guy in front of you, is that because they don't have players that aren't capable of it or not trying to do that? Or is it because they're not comfortable or confident enough in the scheme and with their technique to not have to worry about it first? Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. And listen to me. I played for arguably the greatest coach ever in my eyes, in Ken Norton Jr. I played for one of the greatest coaches ever. And what he would tell us to do, it would be X's and O's, but it would be go make a football play. Go be a football player. I don't need a fit ball player. You ever heard of a fit ball player? Hey, coach, I'm doing my job. I'm in my A gap. To heck with that. Go make a play. Go be disruptive. Say to heck with sometimes you got to say to heck with the game plan. I'm going to just go do what I'm supposed to do because this is how they're attacking me on the football field. I can just go simply with my gap and my run game responsibility, or I can just go shoot my gun and just go do something that's disruptive. That's what you can do, and what that takes, Salk, is coaching. What that takes is a coach bringing out the best in the players. It takes head coach who is doing a phenomenal job. But what I'm looking for is the assistant coaches to get their position groups right. Get your groups right. When you turn on the tape, and it's a simple tackle, a running back versus a corner, one-on-one tackle, I want to see proper technique. This corner is going there with his right foot, his right shoulder, and he's putting his eyes to the thighs on a running back, and he's simply bringing them down. A routine tackle is what I want to see these guys do. But when he crosses your face, when you're trying to knock the ball out versus going to making a routine tackle, that's coaching to me.